Hi, it's Beth. Who else would it be? I'm coming on here mainly because I'm freaking out. And don't worry, nothing bad has happened. I just freak out. I had someone message me on WhatsApp. And I know this sounds dumb, like the contact name is there. Like I should know who the person is, the phone number looks familiar, but they never text me. They never text me, they've never messaged me on WhatsApp. And I don't know. It's just like weirding me out. I'm like, what if it's not really them? What if it's someone posing as them and they're like texting me and I'm gonna have this creepy person stalking me on WhatsApp? Which I know is me way overthinking everything. But you know, here we are. So I'm sitting at my desk and I'm going to light an incense and I'm gonna try to chill the frick out. I also have a tin of mints, which I may or may not be stress eating right now. And again, this is so minimal. You're probably like, you're freaking out because someone sent you a message. Yes, absolutely. Just because then, just for them coming out of the blue, it could be like I've never texted her before, so I'm gonna try and be more friendly and talk to her. That's cool. But what if it's not? What if like something happened and like they want something from me, or not want something from me, but like I don't know, like advice, even if it's just like advice, or like something's wrong, or they have concerns with me. What if they found my YouTube channel where I'm doing all this tarot crap, and most of my family is like strictly in this Christian area, and I don't like need anyone coming at me to lecture me. So anyway, all of that's running through my mind, and like my hands are actually shaking. I don't know why I'm like this. Uh, so anyway, yeah, that's it. Um, Maybe I'll do a reading or something to, again, chill the frick out. But, who knows? I don't know. I haven't even decided what I'm gonna do, because I was just, like, freaking out. And, like, maybe if I record my voice and, like, distract myself and just start rambling, like, the shaking in my hands will go away. And I don't know, like, I want to do more tarot readings, but sometimes I'm going back to my recordings, I'm like, is this stuff I should be sharing? Like, is any of this worth sharing? Or, like, if I don't know. I'm trying to decide what's oversharing and what's just, like, this is on my mind and I'm comfortable with talking about it, so I kind of want to talk about it. But, I don't know, I just think I see so many people on YouTube who get, like, you know, attacked for sharing too much or putting themselves out there too much. More specifically, this could be me just watching too much reaction channels to other YouTubers. Specifically, again, like Amberlyn Reed or Foodie Beauty. And like every little thing they do gets criticized. I know that's because some of their actions are not the greatest, or they're viewed as not good people. So it's easy to like target every little thing they do. But even to me, when I watch them, like, I definitely don't agree with all their standpoints and their actions, but I feel for them a little bit in the sense that they're like under a microscope. It's like no matter what you do, people are going to be mad at you for not knowing something or not acting a certain way or not living up to everybody else's opinion of what is right and what everybody should know and what everybody should be caught up with, and certain viewpoints the majority of society has that they think everyone else should follow. And if you go against the grain at all, like, you just immediately, like, a bus, like, plows you over, dead. Like, that's what goes through my head all the time when I want to share stuff. Because I'm like, what if I share too much? What if people come for me and like, this is a channel where this lady overshares. I'm going to talk about how she overshares and I'm going to analyze every single thing she does. I get analyzed enough by family members. I don't want to be overanalyzed on the internet as well. And I realize, or at least I hope, I'm not like these other channels where they're like nasty people, and that's the main reason they get like targeted for this stuff. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I have some opinions, and if I ever let anything slip, anything that feels slightly against the main beliefs everybody else has, like, that bus is coming to plow me over. And I just want a place to talk, I guess, and kind of be myself and not um, be attacked by everyone, which is ridiculous to think when, again, I have 2 subscribers and who really cares what I'm talking about. This is just me overthinking absolutely everything I do and wondering if I should be doing this in the first place, which is another part of the reason why I don't upload as much, because this is the stuff that goes through my head all the time. I'm like, oh no, everyone's gonna be judging me. But then I try to tell myself, everyone judges you anyway. Like, that's just, I feel like that's just how humans are. Like, we see people or we hear people and we just start thinking things about them. And it's not always, like, on purpose to judge them. I just think that's how it is. People perceive you, unfortunately, and then they start making assumptions. So anyways, I hate being perceived. I don't know. There are some days I'm like, I just wish I could be a chameleon and like blend in, or just only let this specific subset of people view me. Anyway, I can't remember where I was going with that. Summed up, just like, I want to be more active on YouTube, but the uploading thing is definitely a problem. And then like, me just wanting to talk and weeding through stuff I record, and this goes back to my very first Void Talk, or Void Talk 0 was the introduction, and then Void Talk 1 was my big 2-hour one, where I'm kind of embarrassed about some of the stuff I said in there, but it really was me just trying to semi-open up and like let people in a bit to know who I was, but now I'm wondering if I didn't do that the right way, and maybe I just ended up being melodramatic or sharing too much. Because again, I'm gonna partially blame it on me being sick, and when you're sick, everything feels crappy, so I think I was just in more of this, kind of this lower mood. So I wasn't depressed or anything, but definitely like, things just felt kind of down. I think there's something else going on at the time that was just kind of on my mind, and so everything just felt a little more dreary to me. And so then when I re-listened to stuff, I'm like, why did you talk like that? Your life isn't that bad, and you just like made it sound like you're so miserable. And I was like a year ago, but I've gotten over that, and I've been trying to improve my own mindset. It's just been, I've been doing a lot of growing just over this past year. Like, I can't tell you how much like emotional growth I had to go through. So for a long time I was just like in this jumbled headspace, not knowing how to manage my emotions and kind of just letting them explode, and then having to learn you can't do that all the time, because I was really like wearing myself out with all my anger and like my sad phases, and I being overly emotional, it's like this heavy weight on your shoulders after a while, and like, I don't know, this heavy-headedness I had all the time. And so I had to learn to let some stuff go. Like, it's okay to be mad, but you can't stay here. You can't stay in the Madlands. You gotta let something go for yourself to heal. And that was me and myself. And that really was how I crawled out of my misery hole. But, shoot. I keep talking. this is again another freestyle video. I clearly don't have a script. I'm just trying to de-stress. So anyway, I do get worked up over minor things. I try not to, but just like, you know, my mind just overthinks and I catastrophize, and I'm like, oh no, everything could go wrong. This person's contacting me and who knows what they want from me. And like, it's a family member, it's not like they're gonna, I don't know, ask me for something detrimental. Whatever, I just panic. Or maybe not even panic, I don't know if that's the right word, but definitely just like, you know, kind of freak. I'm like, oh no, what do they want? So, sorry, I'm gonna eat another handful of mints and, you know, talk through a mouthful of mints while I'm here, which I'm sure is annoying, but what can you do? I got this tin, this Bob Ross tin that has happy little tree mints. All the mints are shaped like trees. I just thought it was really funny. Yeah, I know, I'm sure you're all like, wow, Beth, that's hysterical. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. You are always welcome. So, maybe I'll do a reading while I'm here. I just gotta chill out a little bit. And, oh, really quick before I do that, I was rereading my Felina story, because I was just thinking, you know, I would read to you some of the original, the original classic writing from 13-year-old Beth. Oh man, I was cringing so bad, and just, you know, because when you're a kid, sometimes you write stuff, and to you it's like innocent, but then you read stuff as an adult, and you're like, this dude is like talking about kidnapping this girl, and he's like mad stalking her, and that's, I don't know, it was just super like creepy. And I know that's not what younger me meant, but you know, when I read it now, I'm just like, that makes me super uncomfortable. And I don't know why that went through my head. And I thought it was like a cute little thing, like this guy liked her and was following her in her dreams, and then kind of following her in real life. Like, he had this crystal ball, magic smoke, whatever, that he could like see her in. And he kept watching her. Whatever. I don't know. I'm undecided. If I had a bigger audience and like people could be like yay or nay, then that would help me decide whether or not I should push myself to do that. Because I took some notes and I could kind of make it funny, but is it worth the pain? I don't know. So I may have ordered myself another tarot deck. I have such a problem. Like, I'm really trying to ease up on this obsession that I have, and it's just not working. Like, if it looks really pretty and intriguing, I just, like, I can't help it. I was like, well, I need to buy boning anyway, because I need that for some of my sewing projects, and I'll just get this deck too. Why do I do that? I don't know. I just, whatever. I have a deck coming in the mail now, and so I'll get, like, that brief boost of serotonin or whatever when it arrives, and be like, oh my gosh, I got a tarot deck in the mail. And it'll last for like 5 minutes, and then it'll be over. And then I'll be like, wow, I need another deck now to fill that void. Yeah, that sounds really healthy, I know. But whatever, what can you do? Now, I don't know what kind of reading I'm going to do. I am thinking I'd love to use one of my oracle decks, but some of them I only have PDF files for the booklets, and these are the ones, like, I can cheaply buy tarot decks on eBay, and just, because I don't really need a booklet for those, but for my oracle decks, I think I need booklets for all of them. Because at first I was buying them cheap, but, they need the booklets, because I can try to make stuff up, but these I feel like definitely need their original meaning. And the annoying thing is, several of these that I've bought, you know, they have a little code on the back you can scan for the PDF. Um, and several of them, like, they don't work. And I hate contacting everybody, like, can you please send me a different code or something because the link's not working. I only did it for one person because I really wanted to know this Dark Mirror and the Roomy Oracle deck. Like, they are such beautiful cards that looked like they had deep meanings. And I was like, I really need these PDFs. Whereas I got this other one called The Witch's Wisdom. It's a cute little deck. The artwork looked a little different to me when I, you know, viewing it really small in the images on my phone on eBay. I definitely don't hate it. It's not fully like my style. I'm opening it up like I'm gonna show you what they look like, but I don't have my phone stuff set up. You know what? That would be fun. Why don't I just do that? I'll just set up my phone stand thingy and we'll continue on from there. I'll show you some of my decks. Let's do that. That would be fun. Okay. Great idea, me. I'm glad we talked. I'll be right back. Okay, not the best angle, but we're gonna make it work. So anyway, continuing on from my panicked ramble, is this the Witch's Wisdom? I almost said woods. I was trying to read it backwards on my on my screen, but that is upside down. So this is kind of the artwork, and definitely I don't hate it. They are pretty. Just for me personally, it's oh, I don't want to like insult the person who made this. It's just for me, it's a little bit tacky. I don't know, you know, there's just some of those art styles with these cards, and I'm like, it's just not super my thing. But I like the little words they have on them and stuff. That sounds dumb. I like the words on these cards, but like when I'm drawing them, I like that it has, like this one, hand fasting and then union. So you can gather from this card what that means. Because this is one I don't have a oh my gosh, a booklet for. Sorry, keep staring at them. So they're definitely, yeah. I know that was an excellent description. They're definitely, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at them again now. I'm like, I guess I really don't hate them. I actually think it's mainly the sparkly things around them that's throwing me off. Like, we could do without all of that. Don't worry, I won't show you, like, everything. I was trying to find some of the ones I really like to share. Let me see. This one's cool. It kind of reminds me of Pan. I'm thinking from Pan's Labyrinth more specifically, but let's see. Oh, these were the ones I liked. They have these watchtowers, and one for summer, spring, autumn, and winter. I just thought that was a cool idea. Oh, I don't remember seeing this one. I think it's because the cards they're new, so they're a little stuck together. But what else? Okay, no, I take it back. They aren't tacky. I am sorry, artist who made these. And when I say there's some art styles that aren't my favorite, it's really just a personal preference. It does not mean the artist sucks or they did a bad job. It's just not for me. But now I'm looking at these cards as I'm showing them to you. I've made a liar of myself. I lied to you all. Oh, this one reminds me of Hocus Pocus. With the 3 witches on there. Old ales. See, here's another one that's stuck together. See, I don't know if I saw this one. I tried, you know, when you like bless your cards and you go through all of them and say your little prayer over them. I wonder if I even saw this. I don't know if I did. And the same for this one, the Letha intensification. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Zoom out, Victoria. Okay. Yeah, alright. I lied. I like these cards. I think I was imagining, oh, here they are, the watchtowers. I was thinking, you know, in comparison with some of my other decks, I'm like, you know, they're just not like those. But, alright, well, I suck. These are great cards. I was judgmental. Now, if they could just go back into the deck there, that would be cool. I'm recording on my new phone, so I'm hoping it's not going to randomly die on me. Again, it's new, so like it shouldn't. Let me pull out my others. Now this one I actually got because I've been following the artist for a long time on Twitter, and I didn't realize he made his artwork an Oracle deck. So he's a pretty popular artist, so maybe you guys have seen all of these before, but he definitely does like the surreal. His angel designs are so creative. Like, these are things I can stare at forever. So I'm looking at my screen like, is that focused? Like, can you see? If not, I apologize. This was one I got for like $6. I was a little sad because one of my cards already, like, I don't know which one it was. I thought it was this Ice Dibus, but maybe not. Like, one of the corners are kind of torn. I'm like, I wasn't even rough with this. How did that happen? Man, I hope you can see these. I'm having a hard time seeing on my phone if it's clear enough. It looks not clear. Please, please focus. Focus on the card. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna focus. Or maybe it is and it just looks not focused to me, and you'll be able to get a really good look at that card. And if not, I apologize. I gotta make do with my stuff. Sorry, this is what I'm talking about. I could stare at these forever because it's like, what is going on with that card? Like, I remember seeing the name, but now that I'm looking at the card itself, I can't really... I mean, I can see what's going on now, but it was just like, oh, I don't remember that. So yeah, maybe I should just be sifting through them here. I love this one. So yeah, just really, really pretty detailed cards overall. And the other thing with me getting these pretty cheap, these are smaller than the originals, I believe. So maybe someday I'll get the nicer one, but for now, I'm doing quantity over quality. I'm trying not to buy any more Oracle decks because I feel like each Oracle deck is a new learning curve that I have to obviously memorize the meanings. At least know the general, like, what do they mean? Like, I don't have to have it word for word, but just to know part of it would be nice. Anyway, this is the Roomy Deck. Can you even see that? Ugh, my lighting in here is not good. I apologize. So these ones, again, I usually go for the artwork in the sort of surreal beauty cards. They always tend to be my favorite. I love with surreal art, there's just so much to look at and so many different interpretations you could take from the artwork. I think that's what I enjoy so much. And it's like what you can go back to, and like you'll always be seeing something new. And this I also like because it reminded me a tiny bit of like Van Gogh's art style with the dashes or the, I don't know, the swirly lines and stuff. Sorry, I'm getting distracted looking at the cards myself again because I'm like, they're so beautiful. So props to whoever this artist was. I don't usually read my oracle cards in reverse. I just shuffle them and I don't pay attention. Oh my gosh, the hiccups are here! I didn't even say anything earlier because I was like, don't jinx it. Don't say the hiccups aren't here because it's all going well. Maybe I should eat more mints. Maybe that'll keep them away. Anyway, I won't go through all of them with you because I could be here forever just showing you cards. But just so you know, they're very pretty. I should have probably looked at like other people's card unboxing things so I could see how they do it. Not that I need to copy anyone, just like, you know, do they show all the cards or do they just skim through them kind of like I'm doing? Who knows? I don't, because I didn't look. And this is, oops, should eat this, the Dark Mirrored Oracle deck. These are the other ones that are just like, I'm obviously also kind of drawn to these darker cards. I don't want to be like, I love sadness, but ever since I was even younger, like being sad or having negative emotions have always been like deeper emotions to me, or more real and like relatable. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain. I know that just sounds emo of me to say that, but you know, because if you're happy, that's a good emotion to have, and that's great, but that's not always like, I don't know, like relatable. And it sounds dumb because like, I'm never happy. It's not like that. It's just happy's a very surface level, like, because I feel like happiness is fleeting, but like everything else, I guess everything could be considered fleeting. I don't know. I just feel like there's more depth to negative emotions because there's so many things that come along with that, like why do you feel that way? And there's just, it does sound like Shrek, but there's so many layers. So I don't know, I probably shouldn't go on this little spiel because it's just going to make me sound like an edgelord, and you know what, maybe that's just what I am and I should just accept it. But I don't know. And we all just have different views because my brother, he likes like romanticism, and he had this poetry he was showing me, and to me it was just like, it was definitely a dreamy poem, but it was about this guy playing chess and looking at the clouds and just admiring everything in the world around him. And I was like, it's a good poem, it's just, you know, it's not like deep, like I don't feel connected to those emotions. He's like, no, it is deep, because he's thinking about all this stuff. I'm like, I realize that, but to me that's just very, look at the clouds and this chessboard that I'm playing out here by myself, and like the wind's blowing, and gosh, I just love to love. I don't know. That's just, for me, I don't connect with that. That's not deep emotions to me. I like the depth of rage and sorrow, and I just feel like there's more connective tissue there when it comes to myself. That's, again, just what I relate to. So speaking of people coming out of the woodwork to trash me, and there you go, I'm an edgelord. And just to clarify, I don't dislike like being happy or happy emotions. That's just my whole life. It's just, I don't know, that's not what I've connected with. I guess it's a talk for another day. I won't go into all the details about why I believe what I believe. Because does anyone care? Probably not. Next one was this vintage Oracle deck. I know you're all gonna be like, wow, Beth, you went from that one deck you had and you went crazy. I know. It didn't help that, you know, I went to that Pandemonium thing and got extra money and I was like, I'm gonna buy some stuff. To me, these kind of fall into the beauty and the surreal sort of category. Not all of them, but I guess fantasy might be more accurate, maybe not surreal. There are certain images that still kind of give me that surreal vibe. Sorry, I'm like trying to look at the cards myself for some reason, and I'm like holding them down so I can see them. Like, this isn't about you, you already saw these cards. Like this one, well, this one is the Dreams card. This one definitely had this sort of surrealness to it. I believe this is, I can't remember, does it say her name on here? No, it doesn't, because she was like a goddess of some kind, the goddess of dreams. I don't know, just the more you look at it, like, she's holding these flowers, and then there's some of the petals down here, and then you're like, oh, she's standing in a big pool of water, and I don't know, it just makes me think, well, think more in depth, like, oh, what's going on there? Oh, no. I also do, I do just like vintage things as well. I know, very original with me. Vintage is kind of the new fad right now, I believe. I've kind of been into some of the vintage fashion. Specifically, I really like those pencil skirts. The ones that almost have like that V at the center of the skirt. And they're like higher waisted. Because, you know, I'm like a bit chunkier, so I need the higher waisted stuff. Low waisted crap does not fit my body type. I mean, I could probably make it work, but I'm not that comfortable showing that much midriff or whatever. So yeah, even this one, I'm thinking, well, I gotta see it. Yeah, that one definitely another sort of dreamy look, a surreal look to it. So yes, the vintage Oracle deck. Oh, vintage Wisdom Oracle deck, sorry. I should probably just be going through and showing you my favorites, but too late. I'll just give you a taste of what they look like, and maybe you'll want one for yourself, who knows? Oh no, don't look at me struggling to put this in the box. Sorry, my stupid shirt keeps like, my body hurts because I was moving brick the other day. I moved a bunch of brick, they were very heavy, and my arm's hurting. Okay. Did I have any other Oracle decks? I do not believe so. Go away, hiccups. These are the ones everybody has, so I won't really go through them, because I'm sure you know what they look like, the Moonology cards. I recently got the book on eBay for this as well. Because, you know, it comes with the tiny booklet, but that just gives you, like, the basics. And if you know me by now, I like to have that depth. I'm trying to decide if I should show you, like, my whole hoarding stash I have over here, cards. Man. I'll show you this one because it is one of my favorites. I talked about this in a previous reading I did. One which I am not sure I will be sharing or not. I'm trying to take a more of an approach where I do a reading. I'm trying to just do it for myself. So if things do seem like I'm getting too personal, obviously I don't want to share all that. Like there's some stuff I'm okay with talking about, and then there's other things. Like again, I'm trying to find that fine line of maybe don't talk about that. Maybe that's just for you to know. So again, I apologize if you listen to my old stuff. Listen to my old stuff, and you're like, wow, she's really talking about her whole life. Well, you know, I don't have anyone but this camera to talk to, so yeah, I probably talk too much. And I am trying to, like, be better about the way I speak, because sometimes I do notice I'll talk super, super fast, and then, like, I mush 3 words together, and it's like, wow, does she even know what words are? Like, she can barely speak them. So I'm trying to, like, slow down a little bit and cut out a lot of my repeating phrases, because I say a lot and I don't know a lot, and my I don't knows are a buffer when sometimes I do know, but like I'm unsure about saying what I'm really thinking. Anyway, to go to this deck, this is, you're gonna hear me say surreal a lot, but I love this. I love, you know, the surrealness of it, the dreaminess of it. I love that the characters don't have faces, and when doing a reading, I definitely have to rely on their posture. And I don't know, they just fascinate me. And these are the other ones that I can just stare at for a long time and like find new things, because they are very dark cards. So sometimes, depending on the lighting I have, I'll see other things. Because when I did the reading for this card the other day, I don't know if you can see it, I didn't realize there are like little pictures in the steps. And of course I can't really tell what they are, but if I was looking through the rest of the deck, I wondered if they were pictures from other cards from this deck. And I love this one. The huge tornado, and then the hand that's glowing at the bottom, kind of like trying to reach out from all the chaos. So I'm trying to find the quote wants to send you. The devil card is always the cool one for some reason. This one I just recently got to. It was one I was like, oh, I don't know if I remember seeing this rhinoceros one. And this is what I was talking about with the eyeball imagery, like it just seems to be everywhere. And I realized this is spheres, so it's like, oh, that's a sphere you're looking at. But let me try to find another example that's not spherical. Oh, and this is the lovers. Just really pretty, and there's lots of moon imagery in here as well. Magician, he looks so awesome. I guess I forgot, some of them do have faces. Excuse my dumbness, but even these profiles, they're just so intriguing. Of course, now that I'm looking for it, I'm not going to find eyeball imagery outside of the spheres, and everyone's like, oh, I told you so. Well, this one's justice. Although, nope, that's an intentional eyeball. Frick! But there's an eyeball at the top. Shedding tears. And there's lots of this checkered-y imagery, too. Which, like I was saying in one of my other readings, which I'm not sure I'll post or not. So this is going to be a problem with me repeating myself if I do post everything. But it reminds me of the old game I would play in high school, just an old computer game online called Coma, made by Thomas Brush. Man, maybe it is just the spheres and that's where I saw the eyeball imagery. I swear. I see them in other cards, though. So I'm looking this in the light because I'm like, oh, I can hardly see that. Hierophant. Oh, that wasn't the right way. See, I feel like I don't remember this, or maybe I just didn't take good enough of a look at them. Like, this is a cool skeletal horse. Even now, you're here with me, watching me. I'm like, man, I could just sit here and stare at all of these. And like this, again, it's just surreal and weird. I really like it. And when I say weird, most often I mean it as a compliment. Unless I'm talking about like a person, I'm like, wow, that weirdo over there. But even then, sometimes I'm talking about a person and I call them weird and I mean it as a compliment. This was one that kind of looked like more eyeball imagery. If I was doing a reading, I would notice, see, I don't remember this card either. Ten of Wands. I'm about gonna have to light another incense. Man, maybe it is just the fears. The spheres. Guess who feels big dumb right now? Ooh, Page of Wands. So cool. Oh, here's one. Here's one that's not spheres. I'm showing you sideways because the world, it looks like an eye with lightning coming out of it. Oh, this was the other one. That came up in my reading the other night. The black part looks like the sclera of an eye, and then the center is the iris. So, I don't know. I also love drawing eyes and stuff, so maybe I just see eyeball imagery everywhere. In everything I do. Because, like, if I was doing a reading for this Ace of Cups, if I'm focused on the center of that light, that looks kind of like an eye to me. Ooh, here's the King of Swords. Doesn't he look awesome? His hair looks like it's made of feathers or something. And another eyeball thing. Because again, the black part looks like the sclera, and then the center, of course, the iris. So I feel like I do get intriguing like takeaways from these cards when I'm doing a reading, because there's just so much I could interpret. Especially if I'm, again, doing it intuitively, or I'm just like looking at the card and I see, I just see all these things. Wheel of Fortune again, eyeball. Oh, this was the Knight of Cups that came up in my reading the other night. I'm going to keep talking about this reading from the other night. I'm like, am I going to share that one? I don't know if I am. So, if I don't, sorry. It was from a reading I had the other night. To fill you in, I was trying to interpret a dream I had, and that was one where I ended up getting more personal, I guess. Like, not super personal, but just sometimes I talk about stuff about myself. I'm like, I don't know if I am comfortable sharing that piece of me. So yes, lots of, just trying to see what else. Oh, this was the other. But again, that's spheres, I guess, but the top of his head looks like a glowing eye. I love the strength card. This artist's interpretation of it. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I guess maybe it's just spheres. This whole card looks like a face, though, actually. The tree looks like the nose and the eyes are hidden in the darkness of the woods. I guess I don't really see a mouth, but it could just be like a beard. Oh, here's one of the wands. Eyeball. I'll show you this one because it's cool. I know, I've shown you almost all the cards in this deck just because I enjoy them so much. The last two. So, that is the Black Tarot. If anything, part of me is collecting tarot and stuff purely for the artwork. I'm just like, I love that artwork. I need that. I don't need it, but, you know. Sometimes I have minimal self-control. I'm just like, do it. Buy it for yourself. You deserve this. Do I? Probably not, but, you know. This will be the last one I'll show because I'm going on half an hour here. Oops. But, this was one I felt like I hadn't seen anybody else use. And, I mean, I'm sure there are other people who use it. I'm not stupid. I'm just saying I do like using stuff that's a little lesser known. Or less used. I don't know if these will be kind of hard to see or not. But this one, I'm a big fan of hatching and artwork and stuff, and so I was really, really drawn to these cards. And again, they kind of have that surreal look to them. The Van Gogh look with all the dashes in the sky and whatnot. I know I'm so good at talking right now. And if I had time to like look through everything, sometimes these aren't the ones that match up clearly, but sometimes these cards are drawn so that they go together, and I thought that was really cool. Let me just go back to my other method so you can kind of get the gist here. And this, I don't remember seeing a name on. I'll look on the box again to double check, but I didn't see a name for this deck on here. Yeah, so these darker cards tend to be my favorite. Which is funny, I have all these dark cards I like, and then I also have the mystical Manga tarot deck, which I feel like I use a lot just because I love the artwork so much. I know I keep repeating myself, I love the artwork. I don't know how else to describe it. It could just be because I have loved manga since I was a kid, so, you know, it could just be the general style I'm allured to. So anyway, I won't bother you with all the details. Oh wait, I'm gonna just show you this one because that. Ooh. Okay, let me look at the box one time. Oh, the Light Visions Tarot. So if you come across my video and you're like, wow, I like those, there you go, that's what they're called. I'll stop here for now because, you know me, I talk way too much. Just to camera. Again, if you met me in real life, I wouldn't be talking at all. So, I'm still sitting here because I'm like, what else can I talk about? But my nerves have kind of gone away, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I have other stuff I should be doing right now anyway, so thanks for watching.